Exciting things are happening with the Teslas. I just got the latest update on our blue Model Y here, and then I got an email today saying I'm eligible for the free 30 days of self-driving. This is the latest release of full self-driving. Let's see what it's like. Tesla has been working for years on their full self-driving technology, and they feel like they just made a major breakthrough in the area with what they're calling version 12. This has just been released in the last few months to a select group of people, but Tesla is so confident in its ability that they're giving existing Tesla owners the month of April to try it out and get more data. So they've switched to this model where they're having computers learn from existing drivers and then using that to drive the car. This is a shift from people programming code on how the car should drive itself. So there was nothing in the email to explain how to take advantage of this, but we'll see in our menu here if we go to Autopilot. I spent some time going through the menus here trying to figure out how to activate it. I got the email saying I was eligible for this VIN number on the month of April for full self-driving, but it wasn't available in the car yet. So I hopped in the white Model Y and there was a notification right on screen to activate the full self-driving trial. So unfortunately, my camera was in time-lapse mode and I didn't realize it at the time, so I got time-lapse footage of the first drive, but I can say it is much improved over version 11. This is now version 10, and they've redone the whole philosophy on how the car is programmed, and it's much smoother, and we'll get to more drive footage later. But I did have an incident here in a parking lot where it now has an auto park feature. It backed us in the spot very good. But I put it in another destination once I was parked here and asked it to drive through the parking lot. This did not go great. It was real juddery right here. And then right at this moment, that pedestrian sign, I had to take over because it was going to run us into that pedestrian sign. So here we're out of the parking lot. I re-engage it, and on the roads, it's a much better product. I didn't have to disengage it once on the road going onto the highway here. It moves itself. Very good from point A to point B. It's really what I found um, on the ends of things in parking lots. It's still not quite there yet. But you can see here, got to a grocery store, and once you're in the parking lot, you can drive yourself. And then it highlights parking spots. You just click on one that will automatically back you into the spot. It's still, this is a new feature. You can see it's having to take a multiple point turn here, a little bit slower than I'd like, but it still does the job beautifully. Uh, just, I'm sure it'll be refined over time. Let's see if we point ourselves in the right direction, what it does. All right, so we got out of that parking lot.
Right onto West Fulton Street.
Much better just pointing the car in the right direction, letting it go. Again, even on chill, it accelerates much faster than I would. It's worth pointing out as I'm driving here, I'm staying alert and in a position where I can grab the steering wheel and make changes if required. It takes a little resistance to overcome the self-driving, and then it pops immediately out of self-driving mode and you've got control of the car. I'm not doing any pedal inputs here, just have my feet on the ground again, ready to hit the brakes or something like that if needed. Um, but over time on the roads, you do build a comfort level with it while staying aware. Um, it's really actually doing a good job, and it gets you from point A to point B quite well. As I pointed out, it does accelerate quicker than I would myself. I suspect it's tuned or learned a little bit more in more urban settings where you have to merge quickly and due to traffic and things like that, which just really aren't necessary in my area.
Here. And it's thinking the speed limit's 40, which it is not. It's 25, so we'll see if it changes after this edit did at that sign.
In 500 feet, turn right onto South Washington Street. Now turn right onto South Washington Street.
So it is interesting, this road took it much slower. That's the police station right back there. So maybe it's been trained to go slow around the police station. That's interesting. Anyway, more residential street. It seems like it's calmed down quite a bit too. It's actually going under the speed limit. So that's nice to see. Now, one thing that can make driving more enjoyable, even if you don't have full self-driving, is vehicle accessories. Two recent ones that I'm really enjoying is this air freshener by FSD. So this is something I've never experimented with before, but it is a very high-end air freshener. So you can see we've got a scent mix down in the bottom with a wick, and then a fan assembly up top that does not activate unless it feels vibration. So we can see it's on right now. If we vibrate it around, nice blue light comes on, and it puts a very nice scent in the air of the car. And it's not overwhelming like the old pine tree air freshener. It's a very subtle but pleasant smell. Makes the indoor environment a little bit more enjoyable. FSD. Check them out. Link in the video description. Another thing that I'm enjoying by EVBase is this USB hub right here. It integrates seamlessly into the bin. Installation takes 15 seconds. You pop the unit down in place. You connect the USB-C inside the bin here, and you're good to go. And you've got the wireless chargers for your phones, but occasionally you have things like this air freshener that need to be charged, or the kids' tablets, and it's nice to have a few more outlets to make that happen. You're not having to take things in and out of the car. This just can live here and we can recharge it on the go. EVBase USB hub, link in the video description for that also.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Westlake Street.
You see there's no center line on this road
Now
either,
turn
but it's
left onto
definitely,
Westlake Street.
it's not shoving us into the middle of the road. It knows enough to stay over on the right, so that's an improvement from the last version. Whoa! It definitely likes to show off the Tesla acceleration.
In 500 feet, turn right onto Berlin Street. Now turn right onto Berlin Street.
So first impressions of version 12 of full self-driving are very good. The steering is much more human-like, much smoother, much less robotic. Acceleration is a little bit quick for my standards. In areas that are busier, probably it's very appropriate. And it's close. It's really close. It doesn't like parking lots. So a lot of people, if you're fully capable of driving, the question is, well, why would we even need this? Who wants this? But there is a large percent of our population that is not able to drive or drive safely. We've got people, youth, obviously. We've got elderly. We've got vision impaired people. This would be a game changer for those individuals if they could live independently, be able to get in your car and have it drive to your destination, go to the grocery store, things like that. A big positive to this full self-driving is independence for people. Not having to call and rely on a taxi. You've got the means to buy and purchase and maintain a car on your own, but you just can't safely drive it. This opens up that window, and I don't think we're too far off from that. It definitely gets you from point A to point B, but it's not taking you out of your garage or out of the parking lot. It's just those the small percentage of time at each end needs to be cleaned up, and then this is almost ready for a robotaxi or a driverless car. We're back in the blue Model Y, and we've got an upgrade confirmation. About Autopilot. Okay, so overnight it came to this one. Turek, will I be buying it in the future? I'm not going to buy it outright. $12,000 is a lot of money for a vehicle feature that I don't really need. It is novel, and like I said, for a large percentage of the population, it is needed. And I hope it improves better and gets fully autonomous certification to improve the quality of life for those individuals. The $199 a month subscription, I would consider that if I'm going to be going on a road trip or something like that. It will greatly reduce driver fatigue and make things a little bit more pleasant on that road trip. So that is something I'm leaving the window open to. I don't have any of those road trips planned, but I'm going to keep experimenting it with this 30-day trial and see how it goes. For yourself, I say you have to experience it yourself. Go to a test drive at Tesla and ask for a full self-driving demo. Or if you already have a Tesla, give this trial a go with the one caveat: be careful in parking lots. Thanks for watching. Adios.